Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. I'm RexFinance, and today we got the fireplace on because it's cold here in Nebraska and we got a lot of snow. Now, a lot of you are probably really excited that I'm making a video because it has been a couple weeks. And you know, I have excuses. I moved back into college. We got a ton of snow in Nebraska and now it's below zero outside. But that's besides the point. We're back making videos now. I'm back on the grind. And today, a lot of you are probably excited because I have a brand new stock pick. For those of you that have followed my channel for a long time, know that I am very strict in what I look for in my investments. And anything I talk about on this YouTube channel are my honest thoughts, opinions, ideas, and investments. I never bring a stock to YouTube that I'm not personally invested in unless it's a warning against investing in that stock. I'm not a YouTuber that just throws blind stock picks at you. I actually look into these companies. I'm strict in what I look for. And my 1,000% return last year and almost 600% return already in 2021 speaks to that fact. Some of you may be wondering, why should I listen to this 19-year-old on YouTuber for stock market advice? Well, as I just mentioned, my return on investment has been incredible. But beyond that, you can go back on my channel and look through all of my videos and the stocks I've talked about and see that I really don't have a losing play. Now, that's easy to say because we've been in an extreme bull market, and eventually I will have a losing play, I'm sure of it. But I am a long-term minded investor with hopes for short-term gains. And with any stock I bring to this channel, if the stock price dropped 20% tomorrow, I would not be upset. I'd gladly buy more shares because I am that confident and my conviction is that high in the investment. This stock I'm talking about today is already up 10% since I notified my members that I bought shares in the company. That's a perk that comes along with being a member of the channel. If you're interested in my buy and sell alerts, hit the join button down below located right next to the subscribe button. Because this stock is already up 10 to 12% since I first bought shares of this, a lot of my members are already up 10 to 12% on their investment. And that 10 to 12% pays for a month of the membership for a lot of people out there. So in my opinion, obviously I'm biased, but it's probably worth the money. But I will never encourage anyone to blindly follow what I'm investing in. While we're on this note, I need to say, I'm not a financial advisor, right? I told you I'm 19 years old. Don't take anything I say in this video as stock market or financial advice. Please do your own research. These are just my thoughts, ideas, and opinions. You can take them into consideration, but please do not base your investment off of what I have to say. That being said, I'm going to back up everything I say in this video with facts that you can find on the internet about this company. One last thing that I want to say is that, yes, I acknowledge the stock market is at an all-time high right now, but that doesn't mean there aren't opportunities out there to be found. And this stock, ticker symbol CRTD, created is one of those opportunities in my opinion. And in this video, I'm going to be doing my best to describe to you why that is. So with Created, this stock we're talking about, they have one primary flagship growth beast as a business segment. And that is a platform called Vocal. Now, Vocal in itself is a very strong platform for creators and influencers just like myself. But on top of that, they have Vocal for Brands, which is just yet another revenue stream that they bring in because of this. I'll leave a link to this website down in the description below, so you're welcome to go check it out. I myself am going to create an account on this platform, so if you guys want bonus content, feel free to find me on the platform. If I have the account created by the time this video goes out, I'll leave a link to it down in the description below as well. So when I say this is a growth beast, I can explain this by showing you the numbers from just a few years ago and compare them to where those numbers are at today. And I'll put a diagram up on the screen now so you guys can follow along with what I'm saying better. According to information put out by the company in September of 2019, they had 486,000 free users on Vocal. In contrast, they only had 250 paid members as a part of their premium service. Something even more shocking is that their subscriber acquisition cost was $1,000. Now, keep in mind, this is September of 2019. Fast forward to today, and they have well over 10,000 paid members. We don't have a figure on their free members currently, but I would guess the amount of free users is between 900,000 and 1 million users. As I just stated, the company has well over 10,000 paid members. And we know this because of information the company has put out in press releases. Their initial guidance for the year 2020, so last year, was 10,000 paid members by year's end, December 31st. But they beat guidance with 3 weeks to spare, and on December 8th, they came out and said that they had hit that 10,000th paid member. Now, looking into 2021, they have aspirations to hit 100,000 paid members. But I think it's extremely possible for them to accomplish this, given the other business segments they have and the attention and growth that Vocal itself is seeing. Another number I want you guys to pay attention to here as well is that back in September 2019, I said their subscriber acquisition cost was $1,000. Fast forward to today, and the subscriber acquisition cost is around $150. So we decreased the acquisition cost from $1,000 to $150. And in that time span, we also went from 250 paid members to 10,000. According to a press release the company put out, currently they're signing up 1,000 free members to their platform every day, and also 100 new daily paid members to their platform daily. Now, if we do some pretty simple math, we can see that their 10,000 subscribers bring in around $100,000 for them monthly. That is monthly recurring revenue. The management team has also came out and projected $550,000 to $650,000 in revenue for quarter 4. Again, I'm not going to be surprised if the management team surprises us again and beats their projections and guidance by 6 to 10% again in quarter 4. The fourth quarter earnings report is set to come out over the next couple of weeks, so I'm going to be paying close attention to that earnings report. Looking into quarter number 1 of 2021, the management team and specifically the CEO, Jeremy Frommer, has stated that he believes they're going to be on the high end of their guidance of $850,000 to $1 million in revenue. And that's again for quarter 1 alone. Now, personally, I think it's a silly projection and guidance. I honestly think they're going to be well over $1 million in revenue in quarter 1 of the current year we're in. Another thing we can look at to really tell the tale of the growth of this company is just looking at how the revenue numbers have grown over the past few years. In 2018, Vocal did $80,000 in revenue. In 2019, they did $450,000 in revenue. In 2020, they did $1.5 million in revenue. In the current year, 2021, they are projecting $6 million in revenue. I personally believe we're going to be closer to $8 to $9 million in revenue. And that's for several reasons, which I'll dive into as we go along in this video. So far in this video, I've talked about their paid membership and how big of a revenue stream that is for them. But they also have several other revenue streams. And before I get into this, I just want to say, no, this isn't a sexy investment, right? This isn't a new electric vehicle startup company, but things get really exciting when we dive into the other aspects of this company, and I think there's lots of money to be made with the current market cap between $35 million and $40 million. In my opinion, that is way too cheap for this company, especially with the way they're growing. But other than that revenue stream from their paid membership, another revenue stream they have is Vocal for Brands. This is where brands can start marketing campaigns and work with creators on Vocal's platform directly. 39% of their quarter 3 revenue came from Vocal for Brands. And this business segment is also growing. They're growing in their brand customer account, meaning more brands are signing up to run marketing campaigns on Vocal with their creators. And on top of this, Created has also raised the individual campaign price. To dive a little deeper into this, from quarter 2 to quarter 3 of last year, there was a 25% increase in the price for a campaign with Vocal. Vocal for Brands as a whole grew revenues 100% from Q2 to Q3. Now, when this earnings report comes out for quarter 4, I think we're going to see similar growth in this business segment for Created. So we've mentioned Vocal Plus, which is their premium membership, as a revenue stream. We've also mentioned Vocal for Brands, which allows brands to sign up with Vocal to run marketing campaigns with creators. Another revenue stream that Created has, albeit small, is the tips that fans and viewers give to the creators on the Vocal platform. They take 7% of every tip. Now, currently, that's obviously not a large amount of money, but as Vocal continues to grow, like we've seen in the past and we see going forward, that revenue stream could really grow into something special. Now, the fourth revenue stream that I want to talk about today is something I'm really excited about with this company. Sure, Vocal is very exciting. They've grown like crazy in the past, and they have projections, and they're looking very likely to continue to grow the way they have in the past for years to go into the future. But what I really like about this investment is their revenue stream that comes from their ventures and their acquisitions. Their main current acquisition is a company called Seller's Choice. They actually have a website too, so I'll put that on the screen right now. Seller's Choice has 3 main services. The first one being design and web development. That's pretty self-explanatory, but basically they create a website for you and they maintain it. Second, they have a marketing and advertising service, where they have a plan and a strategy that has proven results and they go ahead and implement that into your e-commerce business. And then finally, third, they have what's called e-commerce SEO. For those of you that are unfamiliar with the term SEO, SEO means search engine optimization. So through Seller's Choice, you can better optimize your website, your e-commerce store for the search engines of Google and Yahoo and the like. Ultimately, through this service, you're going to get more clicks, more hits, whatever you want to say, on your e-commerce store and website, which is what everybody really wants. Now, Created also currently has one main business venture. And again, I'll reiterate, Created Ventures is why I'm so intrigued with this investment. I think they can take this business segment very, very far. The first main venture they have is with a company called Plant Camp. Plant Camp basically creates foods that are healthy versions of unhealthy products. So their first and original product is a healthy macaroni and cheese. Created took a 30% stake in Plant Camp in exchange for $175,000 of cash, $175,000 of stock, and they will also provide non-finance related services for Plant Camp. That means that Created will take in 30% of any of the revenues Plant Camp brings in. And at that, Plant Camp is already planning on selling out of its initial 16,000 unit order of its macaroni and cheese by April 2021. Now, currently you can only buy Plant Camp's products on Amazon. Some of you out there might see that as a limitation, but I personally see that as there is a lot of room for this company to grow. And if they're already anticipating they're going to sell out of their initial order by April of 2021, good things are going to happen and good things are going to come for this company. Now, if we do the pretty simple math, take the 16,000 units that they're planning on being sold out by April and multiply that by the unit price of $29.99. And when I say a unit, I mean 5 boxes because they sell it in a 5-box bundle. But when we do the math there, that's $480,000 of revenue that Plant Camp is going to bring in just on their initial order. Now, that's on Amazon alone. Think about when they get this product into retail stores in physical locations where people can go and buy this in person. And the 2 founders of Plant Camp have a history of being able to do this, where they take a food product from idea or concept to e-commerce sales to in-person sales at some of the biggest retail chains. Another note I should make is that Plant Camp and Created expect to see 100% increased demand quarter over quarter this year. So beyond Plant Camp, Created also is in talks with 4 other possible ventures. They actually give some vague detail about what these 4 future ventures are going to be. They say one is a marketplace SaaS platform for influencers, another is a marketplace SaaS platform for health and fitness, third is a direct-to-consumer women's health beverage product, and fourth is a direct-to-consumer gourmet meal delivery service. So you think about, that is a wide variety of industries that are covered in the ventures they're already looking at. And if they take similar stakes in these companies as they did with Plant Camp, the revenues are going to continue to compound and compound over and over again. Now, I wouldn't be being honest with you guys if I didn't provide some of the risks that go along with investing in this company. For starters, Created dilutes shareholders more frequently than most publicly traded companies. Now, on that note, Created usually uses the funds that they raise from the dilution for accretive opportunities. So that could be new ventures or new acquisitions. So in the long term, I know my investment's going to do better thanks to the dilution, but you're going to need some strong hands and you're going to have that long-term mindset. Otherwise, you're going to be diluted in the short term and you're probably going to sell out of your investment because you don't have that patience. So I will say, if you're planning on investing in this company, you have to have some patience. This is a growth stock. It looks very promising, but all good things take time. The second big risk that I have found is that the CFO doesn't have a financial degree. Now, obviously, as I'm currently invested in the company, I don't see this as a major risk. The reason this doesn't concern me is because the CFO has been with the company since 2017, so almost 4 years. The CFO also got us through the quarter 3 earnings report almost flawlessly. And as the Q4 earnings report approaches, I expect nothing less. Also, the CFO was unanimously approved by the board of directors, so I don't really see a risk with this, but it's something to keep a tab on as you start your investment in this company. However, now I want to provide you with some reasons the risk of this investment has dropped dramatically, and it's generally thanks to the NASDAQ uplisting. Thanks to the NASDAQ uplisting, they decreased their liabilities from $15.5 million to $3.5 million. They also increased their cash position from $11,000 to $3 million. So just in those two metrics alone, you can see that they've taken major steps in improving the way their balance sheet looks. Also, something I think a lot of people are missing with this investment is the fact that this company could become profitable by Q2 of 2021, in my personal opinion. And the reason for that is thanks to the NASDAQ uplisting. They improved their balance sheet, they paid down debt, and ultimately all those expenses that were tied to the NASDAQ uplisting were one-time fees. So going forward, I expect this to be a profitable company in the relatively short term. And as they become more and more profitable and their legacy business of Vocal continues to grow, they can continue to make more acquisitions and find new ventures. So I'll put my current position in this company on the screen right now. I currently own, I think, 4,500 shares in my Robinhood stock market portfolio. I also own a significant number of other shares in the other stock market accounts I manage, but the Robinhood stock portfolio is what we follow on this channel, and that has grown from $10,000 to over $220,000 as of today. So with that, let me know down in the comments below what you think of this investment. What do you think of this stock? Are you going to be buying or selling? Make sure you guys do your own research and due diligence on this company. And with that, guys, if you are new here or returning and not yet subscribed, I would really appreciate you hitting the subscribe button down below. With that, guys, have a great rest of your day. I'll be back with a brand new video in a few days. Peace out.
Go.